So something we got used to seeing in the Philadelphia Phillies series didn't happen today. The Jays do not get a good start from Aaron Sanchez, and they lose the opener against the Boston Red Sox 8-3. Now, it could have started a lot different, and there's a few things I want to talk about first off. First things first, Aaron Sanchez, guys, went through the first, he gave up the run in the first inning, whatever, sacrifice fly, it's 1 run, so be it. Then he went through the second and third, clean innings. But I think it was the second inning, with David Price on the mound, the Blue Jays made him throw, I think it was 34 pitches. They didn't score a single run. They had runners on the corners with less than 2 out, but couldn't do anything with it. Now, I'm not saying that's a turning point in the game, but at that point, you tie it up. And then in the 4th inning, the Blue Jays get a leadoff double from Pilar. Martin moves him over. Then Morales singles to center field, scoring Kevin, and we're tied at 1 apiece. But instead, that would have given you a lead. And we always talk about this, guys. And you guys, I'll say it over and over again. When the Jays score a run or runs, I love it when they put up a 0 in the next half. So yes, Sanchez gave up a run in the first inning, and then the second and third, I thought he was pretty good. 4th inning, the Jays score that 1 run to tie, and we're like, all right, we're in business. Now let's throw up a 0. Not even close. Sanchez throws a bunch of meatballs, and they score 5 in the inning, and it's a 6-1 deficit. Now, what Sanchez didn't do today was walk anybody. Only had 1 walk. Problem, they had 9 hits over 5 innings, and at that point, you're down 6-1. But then, next half inning, Solarte hits a sacrifice fly, scoring Urshela, making it a 6-2 game. But then in the next inning, J.D. Martinez on an 0-2 pitch, it's a home run, and that 1 run is right gone. It is a 7-2 game. Then in the 6th, they add another one with Benintendi's home run. Then in the 7th inning, they add a little pressure, right? Devin Travis, I think, triples to start the inning. Then Hernandez triples. So you got the 1 run back. It's a 7-3, I guess it was an 8-3 game. And then we got 3rd. And then I think the next guy, I totally forgot. I think it was Justin Smoker. Donaldson walks or something. Somebody walks. And they got runners in the corners. Nobody out. Or 1 out or something. Again, the situation's a little blurred to me right now. But anyways, Solarte grounds into a double play and the inning is over. So any sort of comeback this team had in them, erased. They had chances early on to jump on David Price. Didn't do it. They had their big inning, and Aaron Sanchez really couldn't weather the storm, as in that inning, Brock Holt his sac fly, making it 2-1. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. That's okay. We can deal with that. Then Bradley Jr. doubles, and then it's a 3-1 game, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Now, here we go. But then Andrew Benintendi, it's a 3-run shot, and at that point, I'm like, all right, that's it. That's all she wrote at that point. And the Jays can't come back from it, and you look at the way this game went, right? We talk about it, guys. We talk about the defense not being an issue. Something else is an issue. The Bats, they had 3 runs on 7 hits. They had opportunities to get more, but again, I wouldn't really say that was their fault today. I would have loved more offense. Defense, yeah, they made 1 error, but I don't think it cost anything, so that's fine, whatever. Bullpen was overall pretty solid. Danny Barnes gave up 1 of the home runs, but then Axford came out, gave up a hit and walked 2 batters, but got out of the inning clean. Jake Petrichka came out in the 8th inning and got a clean inning there. But other than that, the starting pitching was not good enough. That was the problem. 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. Not going to win you many ball games like that. And we talk about this team being so inconsistent, and from one day to the next, we don't know what we're going to see. Today is a perfect example of this. In the last series against the Phillies, we saw a little bit of everything going on. The bullpen kind of collapsed. You saw the starting pitching was great. Then in Game 2, the offense was nowhere to be found. And then in this game, the starting pitching was nowhere. It's a mix and match of something, it's one or the other for this team right now. And it could just be the month of May that's killing them, and I'm hoping that's the case. And then when June hits, they turn around somehow. But right now, it's tough because we literally have no idea what's going to hit the ballpark, what's going to hit the field when the first pitch happens. So, game 2 goes tomorrow. Marco Estrada versus Rick Porcello. Numbers suggest that they should win. But I don't know. Marco could throw 8 solid innings. I have no clue. 7:10 first pitch there tomorrow in game 2 of this 3-game set against the Red Sox. The Jays still haven't won 2 straight games in forever. Still 4 games under 500. Really not playing the greatest baseball out there. They can't string anything together other than a series win against the Phillies. But even then you went win, loss, win. So it's really nothing great, I guess. Win, loss, win, loss. That's kind of what the Jays are in right now, which is kind of sad. They got to string some together. I mean, against the Red Sox, it's not going to be easy. And then they have a day off. Then they take on the Detroit Tigers. So if you're looking at a series like, okay, that's a winnable series, the Tigers are that. Now, I know the Jays' record and the Tigers' record are very, very similar. But if you're going to be able to do any damage against any team, that's the team you got to do it against. But first things first, the Red Sox, game 2 and 3 goes tomorrow and Wednesday. But for this team, I really don't know what to say. I mean, Donaldson leaves the game with some, I think it was left calf tightness or something like that. He had right calf issues yet last year. So there's this. I mean, if he's out for a significant amount of time and goes on the DL, does Vladdy get a call? I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen with this team moving forward. But speaking of Vladdy, because it's a loss and it's a miserable loss and you got crushed and you didn't really want to talk about it, Vladdy and Bo Bichette have both found their, both found their way again. Vladdy's never lost it. Bo lost it for a little bit though, but he's regained himself as he is playing some great baseball or offensively at least, because we can't really tell defensively. He went, so yesterday, they played tonight, but yesterday went 2 for 5. His average was in the 240s not too long ago. It's up to 264. Great to see there with Bo. Vladdy Jr. went 2 for 4 yesterday. He's up to 433 average. Kevin Biggio up at 312. And guys, I continue to say it, those 2 pitchers, I don't know if I mentioned it in any other video, but Jordan Romano and Sean Reed-Foley, 2 guys we were talking about as having ridiculously good seasons down there in AA, have gotten their dues, and they now are playing in AAA ball. I don't know if anybody has thrown any starts yet. If they have, let me know. But we just got to keep an eye on the prospects, especially when the team loses. When they win, when the Jays win, we can focus on that a little bit more because it's fun to talk about. But right now, with a 8-3 loss to the Red Sox, let's have a little fun and talk about that, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoy this video, and you guys are excited for Vladdy in the future of the Toronto Blue Jays Ball Club. Hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What do you guys think of the video? What are your guys' expectations for the youngsters coming up? What do you think of this team right now? What do you think of today's game? And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Also, Twitter is down in the description. Go check that out. Send me a DM, follow up, do all that great kind of stuff. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night as the Blue Jays look to get back in the win column, I guess, to even up this series at 1 apiece against the Red Sox. Marco Estrada, Rick Porcello, game 2 of the 3-game set. 7:10 first pitch at Fenway. We'll talk to you guys then.